Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's challenging level puzzle, and it's called Long Distance Relationship by Ascod. And here are the rules. We have Sudoku. Fill all cells with the digits 1 through 9 such that no digit is repeated in any row, column, or 3 by 3 region. We also have arrows, where digits along an arrow sum to the digit in the attached bulb. So, for example, these two digits must add up to what this digit is, and these two digits must add up to what that digit is. Same with these two digits and these two digits. So, as an example, you could have something like 2 and 4, and this would be 6. And that would be valid because these two digits add up to what this digit is. And that's an example of how arrows work. We also have XV, where digits separated by an X sum to 10, and digits separated by a V sum to 5. And all X's and V's are given, so that we do have the negative constraint here. So if, for example, this was a 3, this would be a 7 here. We would celebrate because, I don't know, we'd have a 3. But if this were 3, this would have to be a 2 to add up to 5. But if we had a 3 here, we know that these 3 digits could not contain a 2 or a 7 because there are no X's and no V's along those edges around any of this cell. So if this were a 3, we know none of 2 or 7 could be here. And that's the negative constraint for the X's and V's. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So these two digits add up to 10. These two digits add up to 5. So these two digits must add up to 15 because they're the sum of these two and these two digits here. So this must be 6 through 9 here. One of these is 6 through 9 with 1 through 4, and these must be 1 through 4, right? Well, we have a 1 through 4, 1 through 4 pair here. We're going to mark these as green and these as orange. Therefore, this must be the green 1 through 4 through 6 through 9. And in addition, can these ever be the green 1 through 4? Well, if this is green and this is green, they have to be different digits, but then they also must add up to 5, and there would have to be a V next to them. So this cannot be green here. This has to be orange here. Maybe I should have made it different. Anyways, okay, so these two digits must add up to 10, right? Because they're the sum of two digits which add up to 5 and two digits which add up to 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, it's the orange one. If this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, it has to be the green one. That's interesting. But it has to be that green one, essentially. If it's the orange 1, 2, 3, 4, it's that orange one. Huh. Same here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 1 through 4. Okay, so this must add up to 10 here. So one of these is 1 through 4. One of these is 1 through 4, so this must be 6, 7, 8, 9, and this must be 1 through 4. Well, this can never be 9, obviously, because that would not add up to that digit. So this can't be 6. So this can't be 1 here. Remaining digits here are 5 through 9, and this is 5 through 9. This can't be 4, so this can't be 1. So one of these is a 4 here, right? So it's either 4 with 2 or 4 with 3. So this must be 6 or 7 here. This has to be 8 or 9 here. If this is 8, this must be 7, so this must be 6 and 4. So if this is 8, this is 7. This would then have to be 6, 4. Then this would have to be 2, and this would be 3. Wait, but that doesn't work. So if this is 8, this is 7 to add up to 15, because we know these add up to 15. So if this is 8, this is 7. Okay, 4 and 3. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, possibilities. This is 8, this is 7, this is 6, this is 4. So 7 plus 4 and 3, 8 and 6 and 2 works. If this is 9, this is 6. So this must be 2 and 4. Which makes this 6 or 8. And this is 1 or 3 here. So either of these work. So if this is 8, this has to be 6. If this is 9 and 6. So either way, this has to be 6 here, which means the rest of the column cannot contain 6. So this can't be 6, this can't be 4 or 6, this can't be 4 or 6. And this can't be 6 here. 8 is one of these 2 digits here. The rest of these digits are 5 through 9. But 8 cannot be here, and 6 cannot be here either. These are obviously 1 through 4. 1 can never be either of these digits, right? You have to be the sum of 2 other digits. Same here. This can't be 1, 9. This can't be 1, 9. This can't be 2 for the same reasoning. This can't be 2 for the same reasoning. So this can't be 1, 9. And this can't be 2, 8. So this has to be a 3, 7 pair, which eliminates 3 and 7 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 7. This can't be 7. This can't be 7. So this is 6. This has to be 9 to add up to 15. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so that's 8 and 2. This is 4 and 1. This has to be a 2, 3 pair. This can't be 8. This can't be 8. This can't be 3 and 4. This is 1 and 2 added together, which means this is 3. This is 7. This has to be a 3, 4 pair added together. 3 means this can't be 3, so this is 4 and 1. This makes this 2 and 3 here. The remaining digits here, this can't be 9. We have 3, 5, and 7. 3 can't be here, so 3 has to be here. This can't be 3, so this can't be 7 here, adding up to 10. This cannot be 2 or 3, because this 2 or 3 is here, and this must be the other set of digits adding up to 5. So this is 1 and 4. This can't be 4, this can't be 6. This is a 5, 7 pair here. 1 cannot be here or here in box 6, so 1 has to be here. 4 obviously can't be here. 4 can't be here. What are the remaining digits in column 7? It has to be 6, 8, and 9. Any of those could be 6, 8, or 9. So this is 3 or 6. If it's 3, it must be 1 and 2 here. If it's 6, it must be 4 and 2 here. So either way, this is 2. So this is 2, which makes that 3. So this can't be 3. This has to be 6 and 4 here, which makes this 1 and 4. So this is, that works here. These must add up to 10. It could be 1, 9 if it's 1 here and 9 here. 2, 8 if 2 here, 8 here. 3, 7 if it's 3 here and 7 here, and cannot be 4 and 6. 6 cannot be here. 6 cannot be consecutive with the 4 because they would have to have an x next to it. So 6 can't be here, 6 can't be here, whereas a 6 in box 1, it has to be here. So this is 6, which means this can't be 6. 6 is one of these two digits here. 4 is one of these two digits here. 2 cannot be here because this would have to have a V next to it. 7 can't be here. So where's 2 and 7 in box 9? It has to be in this pair. Because it can't, neither of them can be here. This is 5, 6, 8, and 9. Can't be 9 because of this 9. So we have a 2, 7 pair here. What else do we have? This is what? 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And this can't be 4 because of this 4. This can't be 6 because of that 6. One cannot be either of these cells because there would have to be a V next to it. So one has and can't be here. So one has to be one of these two digits here. One is then one of these three digits here. 9's not one of these, so 9 has to be one of those two. But it has to be opposite of where the 1 is. So these become, what are these? This is 1, 5, 7, 8, 9, but obviously 1 can't be either of these three. 9 cannot be any of these three. 2 can't be here or here, so 2 has to be one of these two digits here. 3 can't be here. If 3 were either of these digits, there would mean 2 and 3 would have to be next to each other, and there would have to be a V here. So 3 cannot be here, 3 has to be here, which means this can't be 3 and 7. 3 has to then be one of these two digits here. So 2 is one of these, 8 cannot be with it, so 8 is one of these three digits, which means this can't be 8. What are the remaining digits we have? We have 2, 5, 7, 8, and 9. Obviously 2 can't be here, 8 can't be here, 9 cannot be here because that would have an X next to it, 7 can't be here because this would have to have an X next to it. 1 is one of these digits here. Nine cannot be any of these digits, so 9 is one of these two. Okay. What else do we have? 8 cannot be here because there would have to be an X next to these two. One cannot be any of these two here because that would be next to a 4 necessarily, and therefore there would have to be a V next to it. 1 can't be here, 1 can't be here. 1 has to be one of these two digits here then. Because 1 can't be here because there would be a V next to it. 1 can't be here, 1 can't be here. Whereas the 1 in box 7, it's one of these two. So this can't be 1 here, which means this is a 1. So this cannot be 9 because there would be an X next to it. So this has to be 9 here, which means this can't be 9 here. 9 is one of those three. That's fine. 8 is one of those three. This can't be 8 because of the 8 in the row. So 8 we have a 5, 7, 8 triplet, which eliminates 5, 7, 8 in the rest of the row. That leaves this as 2, 3, and 4. 4 can't be next to the 1 because there would be a V next to it. If this were 4, that would mean 2 and 3 are next to each other, and there would have to be a VV there. So this can't be 4. This is a 4 here. 1 cannot be next to it because there would be a V next to that. So this is 1, 5, 6, 7. So 1 can't be here. 6 can't be here because there would be an X next to it. So we have a 5, 7, 5, 7 pair in row 2, which eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the row. So that leaves a 1, 6, 1, 6 pair here. Remaining digits in column 1. They are 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. This obviously can't be 1 because of that one. Column 2, we have 2, 5, 7, 8, and 9. And any of those can be 2. What else do we have? This can't be 7 because of the 7 in the row. In row 5, we have what? 2, 4, 5, 8, 9. This can't be 4 or 9 because of the 1 next to it. And that would have to be a V or an X there if there were a 4 or 9. This can't be 4 because of that 4. This cannot be 6. If this were a 6, the problem is the 4 would have to be here because 4 cannot be here, and therefore there would have to be an X next to it. So this can't be 6, which means one of these 2 digits is a 6 here. That means one of these 3 is a 6 here. What other constraints do we have? So 3 has to be one of these 3 here. What else do we have? Eight cannot be here because if this were 8, it would necessarily have to be surrounded by 2 on one of these sides because one of these 3 is 2. So this can't be 8 here. If this were 9, that would force this to be 2, 8. And therefore the 1 would have to be here. And there's no X next to it, so that's not possible. So this can't be 9. What are these digits? We have no 2, no 1. It could be 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. This can't be 4. This can't be 3. If this were 7, it would necessarily be between one of the next to one of the 3s and have to have an X next to it. So this can't be 7. What other digits do we have? You cannot have a 4 here. If there's a 4 in any of these spaces, it would have to necessarily be next to a 1 or a 6, and therefore would have to have a V or an X next to it. So 4 cannot be any of these spaces. Obviously, it could be there because that would force 1 and 6 to be next to it. But either one of these cases, 1 and 6 would have to be here. So there cannot be a 4 in any of these spaces, which means where is the 4 in row 6? It has to be here. So this is 4, which means this can't be 4. What else can you have? You can't have a 9 there, but you could have 9 in either of these spots. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 7 can't be here. 9 cannot be here because it would be next to both 1s. Possibility. 7 can't be here because of a 3, and there would have to be 3 and 7 add up to 10. We have 2, 3 as possibilities. No 1, 4. Could be a 5, no 6. 7, 8, no 9. 7 cannot be here because it would be next to a 3 guaranteed and have to have an X next to it. So that's not possible. Oh, where is the 4 in box 5? Can't be here, can't be here, can't be here, can't be next to the 1, so it has to be here. So this is 4. 4 cannot be next to 1 or 6. So this has to be a 1-6 pair here, because those are the only remaining digits there. Because 4 would have to have a V or an X next to it to be next to the 1 or 6. Can't be, so this is a 1-6 pair here. Anything else? Not particularly. 4 has to be one of these two digits. Oh, we have a 1-6-1-6 pair in column 6. That eliminates 1 and 6 in the rest of the column. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. Obviously, this can't be 4. This can't be 3. This is fine for both. We have a 1 or 6 in one of these cells and a 1 or 6 in one of those cells, but we don't know which. Okay, so the green's not helpful. The oranges aren't helpful anymore. This can't be 8 either. If this were 8, the problem is that would force this to be 1, 9. And where would the 2 be in this box? It would have to be here, and there's no X next to it. So this can't be 8 either. Okay. Okay. What other ones do we have? Hmm. One of these two is a 9. 9 cannot be here. 9 can't be here because it can't be next to the 1. 9 can't be either of these, so 9 has to be one of these two digits here, which means this can never be 1 because it would have to have an x in between one of those digits. So this is 6, this is 1, this 1 eliminates 1 here, so that's 6, which makes that 1. So 1 has to be one of these two digits, 6 has to be one of these three. That's interesting. Um, this can't be 9 because 1 can't be next to 9 without an x between them. One of these is 4. That means the 1 has to be sort of the opposite of that. It can't be next to it. Um, hmm. Ah, if either of these are 9. So say one of these was 9. The other one has to be 4, and they're both next to at least one of them's going to be next to the one that's here, right? Because one can't be here. So this can never be a 9 here, right? Because the 9 would have to have an x next to the 1. The 4 would have to have a v next to the 1, and one of these is a 4 or 9, and one of these is a 1. So therefore, there would have to be an x or a v here if this is 9. So this cannot be 9. Where is the 9? Okay, so this can't be 9 because of this one. Where is the 9 in column 6? It has to be here. So this is 9, which means this cannot be 9. What else do we have? I don't know. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, that's interesting. If this is 2 8, obviously none of the rest of the row can be 8. If this is 1 9, that forces this to be 5. This is 6 or 8. 1 cannot be here, so 1 would have to be here. Therefore, 4 could not be here because there's no v next to it, so 4 would have to be here, which would mean this can't be 6. So it would have to be 8. That means the rest of row 9 cannot contain an 8. So this can't be 8, this can't be 8. So again, if this is 1, 9, that makes this 5. This is 6 or 8. 1 can't be here. 1 must be there, so 4 can't be here. 4 is here. 4 can't be next to 6, so this would be 4 and 8. So what does that leave here, interestingly enough? Hmm. Okay, so this can't be 8. What does that leave? If we have 1, 9, this is 5. This becomes 4. This obviously is not 1. So 1, 9, 4. This has to be 8. This is 5. This would be 4 here. We'd have 2, 3, 6, and 7. 6 can't be here. 6, we'd have a problem. Well, this would have to be 6. You'd have 2, 3, and 7 then in the remaining digits, which is possible. So then this would be 1 if that were the case. This is 4, obviously. 4 and 8 would be next to each other. This would be 6. This would be 6. Okay. So one of these would be 6 here, which means this could not be 6 in that area. So this would be 6 here if this were 1. If this is 8 and 2, right? So if this is 1 and 9, that makes this 5. This can't be 6 because of this 4 here. So again, if this is 1, this is 9, this becomes 5, this is 6 or 8. This can't be 1, so this is 1, so this can't be 4, that's 4. This can't be 6 or 9, so this is 8. 6 has to be one of these two. In fact, would have to be here. 6 and 9. So this couldn't be 6, so this would be 6. If this is not 1, 9, this has to be 1, and this has to be 6. So either way, this has to be 6, which means this can't be 6 here. So this can't be 6 here. 1 is one of these two. What else do we have? This cannot be 2. So this would be 3 or 7 here if this were 1, 9. This would be 4. Okay, so if this is 1, 9, this is 5, 4, 8, 6. 1, 9, 5, 4, 8, and 6. We'd have 3, 7 here, and this would be 2, 3, or 7. And obviously this would be 1. If this is 2, 8, this is 1, so this can't be 1 here. This would be 1. This couldn't be 4. So this would be 4. So this is 3 or 7, or this is 4. Right, because if this is 2, 8, this is 1, which forces this not to be 1, so this is 1. That means this can't be 4, because there would have to be a V next to it, so this is 4. Which means 6 could not be here. 6 could still be either of these. So either way, this can never be a 6. Right? If this is 1, 9, this is 5, this is 8. This would then have to be 6, which would make that 9. If this is 2, 8, this is 1, which means this can't be 1. This is 1, which means this can't be 4, so that's 4. 6 can't be here. Oh, 6 couldn't be here either way because that's 4 anyways. Oh, well, there you go. There's that. So 6 is one of those two anyways. What else do we have? This is 4, 2, 8, 2, 8, 2, 4, 8. This is 1. 6, 9, 5, 9. One. This is 4. So this has to be 4 there. 2, 8, 4. This can't be 6. So then this would have to be 6 in that case. Right? This would, yeah, this could not be 6. 2, 4, 8. This would have to be 6 because 6 can no longer be here because that would be next to 4. And then this would not be 4. This would be 1. This is 2 and 8. 9 cannot be next to the 1, so 9 would have to be here, which means this could not be 9. So this is 6 or 8. This is 5 or 9. So this would be 9. You'd have a 1, 6, 4, 2, 8. And then it'd be 3 or 5 here. So this would be 3 or 5. This is 4 or 3 or 5 here. Right? 2, 8. This is 4. This is 1. This can't be 6, so this must be 6. 9 can't be either of these, so 9 would have to be here. This 2, 8 would more force this to be 7, so you'd have a 3, 5, 3, 5 pair here. Right? And that seems okay. Oof. Okay. Huh. Huh. What digits can be in row 7, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9? There's no restrictions right now. Hmm. Uh, hmm. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of the problem that you have with negative constraints, especially when you rely so much on it. It's gonna have to go through, you have to basically go through all the individual routes and basically try to figure out where you have contradictions. Hmm. What's the best way to find this contradiction? I don't know. Hmm. So if this is 1, this is 8, 2. So that's 6. This can't be 4, obviously. This is 1. This is 4. This is 6. This is 7. This is 2. This can't be 4, so this is 4, which makes that 3. That's interesting. This is 5, 8. This is 5 or 9. 5, 7, 9. This 8 makes that 5, 7, 5, 8. 8 can't be here. Um, 9 cannot be either of these, so 9 has to be here, which makes this 8, which makes this 5. This can't be 4, 5, or 8, so this is 9, which means 9 can't be any of these. 9 can't be here. 9 has to be here, which means 8 has to be here. This can't be 2. It has to be... Okay, so that's the contradiction. This can't be 2 because it would be 2 and 8 next to each other, and there's no x there. So this cannot be 8 and 2 here. I don't like doing that, but that's the only way you can sometimes make it work. So then this must be 1 and 9. This can't be 9. This can't be 1. So 1 cannot be here. 1 has to be here then, which means 4 cannot be here, which means 4 has to be here. So this can't be 4 anymore. Whereas the 4 in column 3, it has to be here. So this is 4, which means 6 cannot be next to it. This can't be 6 next. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 5. This can't be 6 next to this 4 because that would have to have an x next to it. So this is 8. This is 9. This is 6. Whereas the 6 then in row 9, it can only be here. So this is 6. This is 3 or 7. 9 cannot be here. 4 is here. That leaves this as what? 2, 5, 7, 8. Can't be 1, 3, 4, 6, or 9. Yep, 2, 5, 7, 8. 1 is here. 1, 9 is here. 9 is here. 9 cannot be next to the 1, so this can't be 9. So where's the 9 in row 7? It has to be here, which means this can't be 9. We have a 5, 7, 8 triplet in row 6. That eliminates 5, 7, 8 in the rest of the row, so this is 9, which means this can't be 9 here. 8 has to be one of these, so this can't be 8. This is a 5, 7 pair. Two, 3, 7, 3, 7 there, 2, 7 there. This 6 eliminates 6 here. This is a 5, 8 pair, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the box. This can't be 5. This is 9. This can't be 8 or 9, so this is 6. Where is the 9 in box 5? Can't be here, can't be here, can't be here, so it must be here. So this is 9. What else are we missing? 8's one of these two. 8's one of these two, so we have an 8 here and an 8 here, which leaves, that means 8 has to be in one of column 1 or 2 for box 1. 8 has to be in columns 1 or 2 in box 2. Sorry, box 4. That eliminates 8 from the rest of columns 1 or 2 in box 7. This 2, 5, 7 triplet eliminates 2, 5, and 7 in the rest of the box. So this can't be 7. This is 3. This can't be 3, 5, or 7. This is 8. This 3 eliminates 3 here. 8 cannot be either of these. 8 cannot be next to a 2, without an x in between them. So this can't be 2. This must then be 2. That means neither of these are 2. 3 has to be one of these digits, and if a 2 were here, there would have to be a v next to it, so this 2 cannot be here. This is a 3, 5, 7 triplet, which eliminates 3, 5, and 7 in the rest of the row. This can't be 7, so this is 2, which makes this 7, which makes this 2. If this were 7 with the 3, that would have to have an x next to it, so it can't be 3 and 7. This is 3 and 5, which forces this not to be 5, so this is 7, which makes this a 5. This 5 eliminates 5 here, so that's 8. This can't be 5 or 8, so this is 7. This 7 eliminates that 7, so it's 5. This is 8. This can't be 7 or 8, so it's 5, which makes that 2, which makes that 7. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 7. This 3, 5 pair eliminates 3 and 5 here. So it's a 7, 8 pair here. 2 eliminates 2 here. This also can't be 7. This can't be 7. This 7 eliminates 7 here, so this is 5. That's 7. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 7, which means none of these can be 7. This can't be 7 because of this 7, so this is 8, which makes that 7. 7 and 3 cannot be adjacent to each other without an x in between, so this is 5, this is 3. This can't be 3 anymore, so it's a 5, 8 pair. This can't be 5, so this is a 2. This can't be 2 because of this 2, so this is 8. The 2 cannot be next to an 8, so this can't be 2. This is 3, which makes that 2, which makes that 3. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 5. This can't be 3, 5, or 8, so it's 2. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 5 and 8. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 8. And that's a 5. And that's how you solve it. Yeah, all from the negative constraints. Yeah, this became a little kind of painful to go through. But sometimes you just have to go through those to solve the solution. It's just what it is. That's why, like, I don't have this, like, major hang up about bifurcation. You're just going, that's what we did through here, right? We just bifurcated, and we found out, hey, we had a contradiction. No big deal, you know? The whole thing about, like, anti-bifurcation, sure, it's less elegant, but sometimes that's the only way you can solve a puzzle. What else are you going to do, you know? You're not going to find an elegant way to solve that. Maybe you can just, I don't know. Maybe you just don't like those puzzles. It is what it is. Anyways, that's the solution for that problem. I hope you enjoyed the solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.